if Carl was that gentleman that was asking, "Hey, is this game back? How do you build pile of presents?" And I'm like,
That would be fun.
"Yeah,
Hey,
build."
here you go.
He's like, "Here's how I build it." And it's like it's kind of just I do my one thing and I win or
Just
nothing.
presents.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't talked about at all. Presents is still alive and well. Not quite as strong as it once was, but it's still out there. Real quick for those of us who might just be joining us or who haven't been here the whole time. We're currently streaming the 2017 North American Continental Championships for the MLP CCG, hosted by Pack Breakers, brought to you by the Commentary's Magic Crew. And commentating for you today, I'm Furry Flurry here, and I've got Critical Thought with me.
I'm here.
So let's see where we got our
We are
opening
drawing
hands.
our cards. Let's see.
Let's see what we
what
got.
we
Oh,
got
Carl does
here.
not have 3 points yet.
I neglect. He's running my deck.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, I see Cruel Taskmistress. Okay, so this is a game here.
I'm excited. I will
We
also...
got Hot Wings on the one side. We got what looks like Cruel Mistress on the other side. We got Cruel Taskmistresses in there. Spoiled Rich, Portals, possibly Smoozes, Jet Set, and Upper Crust.
I'm wondering what modifications he might have made.
That's true.
Because there's a lot.
There's a
There's
lot of
so
room
much. There's
to
so
make
much stuff.
changes.
It's always kind of intimidating when I look over this deck. I'm like, ooh,
So we got
okay.
Luna's
It's
Future.
a playable hand, I believe, and that's the important thing.
Oh, they're
First
shaking
thing is-
hand. One of them's surrendered already.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
not
Well, good
really.
game.
Good game. Man, my hand didn't work out. GG.
But it looks like he'll be opening with.
Oh, okay, we've got forgive me if I'm saying this wrong. Gevlin507 in the chat here saying, no, I was the presents guy. Work keeping me away. So we got him in chat here. Hello there.
Hi, guy. Okay, and also that presence build
Glad to
isn't
have you here.
fantastic, but it is fun.
It is fun.
I like using it.
Okay, so we got Hot Wings on our left, Cruel Mistress on our right. Maybe we're discussing how to go first, or we might be waiting on the start signal.
Yeah.
Looks like both players have their hands in place.
So it didn't look like he got a particularly strong hand. And one of the things that I did note when it came to Cruel Mistress is that it tends to have to draw. Just raw draw.
Just pay one to draw. The
Yeah.
good old,
and
good
I
old
mean,
heart of the cards.
if it gets its board state, then it wins most of the time. Pending like a pink-white or just, a lot of pink destruction. But yeah, I hope this... I hope to see my again. Now I'm even more biased. I'm like, I want to see my deck win.
Good luck to both players.
Definitely.
But good luck to some players. Have more good luck than others. Some players are more equal than others.
Of course,
Starlight.
Of course, pink blue is really strong, very fast.
Does have potential to just speed ahead, and again, especially in a high level tournament.
He got a jet set and an alicorn amulet, so that's pretty
That's
good.
interesting.
Turn one move. Interesting.
Huh.
We have a turn one mover.
Upon seeing a purple mane, I guess that's.
I guess
not the
there's not
worst.
too much to worry about.
Yeah. If our purple player were to.
Let's see here. Did he get a
Magicite
flip
in some
option? Does he
form?
have a... I'm not seeing the flip option, so he might just
Doesn't
be...
look like
we're
it.
just getting a turn one play with that. Okay.
Kind of odd.
Oh, he has a Star Swirl. Cool.
Is there a
he
Star-
should flip right now.
Oh, okay.
Also, yeah. I'm gonna be really bad.
about saying what people should or shouldn't do or whatever.
Yeah, I shouldn't do that.
No worries. So okay, if the Star Swirl isn't okay, Angel Wings, there it
Angel
is.
Wings.
So
he's gonna he might just DFO right
it
now.
might be a double here already. So that playing that
Yeah,
Twine
there's the
Rarity,
DFO right now.
that was very strong. Playing that Twine Rarity was a good call on our
Oh,
Twilight
that was
players.
a smart play too, though. Actually, that was a really
Not
smart
doing it
play.
until-
Yeah, not doing it until then. So then that flips away, so we can draw a different card.
Okay, so everything that we just saw a moment ago, our
Did he win
Twilight
actually?
player-
Wait. I wonder. Okay,
2,
9 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes.
He won the game. He won that.
Wow, that is very funny. Okay, so everything that we just saw, since we just saw a lot of things happen very quickly. On the right side, our Twilight player. Oh, we got two confronts over on this side.
That's something I
Our
did-
Twilight player dropped Twilight and Rarity to make sure that he has purple and white rec,
Auto finish.
just in case something like what just happened were to happen, and his trading traditions were to get flipped away, his starting problem that gave him his white, even though it didn't give he didn't get the ability from the Twilight and Rarity. By having that out, he's got the 3 purple rec to play Star Swirl Research, which you can just put on top of your deck at immediate speed for free. It's a 7 flip, but by putting it on top of your deck, it allows that Twilight to flip. He didn't do it right away to kind of juke out his opponent possibly a little bit. Also, by waiting until the face-off started, he was able to flip his main and make sure that card was flipped away, so he was able to draw something else instead of that Star Swirl Research again.
He already has one of his very, very key I want this cards, and that is F-Stop. And we're drawing
strong.
for Paper Twi. Okay. He
left...
wants to discard. He wants to discard that Jet Set. That's why he's drawing right now.
I see. Okay.
Unless I think he's over.
On the left side of the board there, we saw Angel Wings come out for 2 cost, which reduced the cost of our Hasty Cadence by 2. So our Luna player was able to play that for free. So he was able to confront his own problem for 2 cost. And then, since the cost of that Hasty Friend was reduced by 2, he was able to play that for free, which allowed him to drag his Luna over, confront his opponent's problem, Twilight's problem.
We're seeing a bank.
Which led to a double face-off. However, with only 7 power on the board and him flipping a 1, and our Twilight player having our 2 power friend and flipping a 7, it was 8-9. So our Twilight player actually scored a point off of that. So we're currently looking at 2 for Pirate Dash, 1 for, again, we're gonna call him Carl.
We're looking at Carl has a really nice hand right now. He has F-Stop.
Got F-Stop in hand and the rec to play it.
Paper Twi.
All right, start gaining that AT.
Well, probably to gain another AT. He's probably expecting, okay, I want to create my board state. What's going on?
I think he just...
Oh, he has a reaction. He might just kill it. Oh, he's fearing
We're frightening it right away with Spitfire. Pirate Dash will be discarding a trashed that he doesn't think he'll need. Probably a safe call. I don't think Cruel Mistress uses a particularly large amount of resources, really.
Yeah.
So it's probably not something you'll need during this matchup. Discarding that with that Spitfire at hasty speed to both frighten that Paper Twi before it was able to be exhausted for action tokens, costing Carl an AT, and the Meticulous ability. And and the prepared ability of that Twilight, and simultaneously moving up our Luna main.
So this gentleman has an F-Stop. He has Changeling Mimics. He has a Jet Set, and he has an Alicorn Amulet. He has a lot of the tools that he needs.
A lot
to
of his board
start
state
locking down really hard.
Is in hand already.
Yeah.
We're paying 1 to drop a Troublemaker. Did you see which one he dropped at his own problem there?
I believe that's probably Changeling Mimics, and Changeling Mimics is a very big key to this matchup. I feel like
puts a lot of pressure on Hot Wings.
Yeah, puts pressure on Hot Wings. Also, you can name resources, which I didn't play against this build as much. He's flipping the Paper Twice. So he's taking the punishment. He's flipping the Paper Twi, so then he can have that Meticulous, and he can potentially, because of the DFO, start off with 3 AT more than he would usually.
So he'll break even. If there is a face-off from Pirate Dash this turn, he'll at least break even. Additionally, our Twi player's problem, I can't think of the name at the moment. If his opponent starts a face-off there, he gains 2 AT, correct?
Correct.
We're seeing T-Rex Rain come out if that's confronted.
Wow.
He will be able to frighten a friend. So we're seeing a confront. Prince Rutherford comes out at hasty speed, which allows him to move Luna to confront T-Rex Rain, so that that Rutherford is frightening that Paper Twi.
Alicorn Amulet.
That T-Rex Rain, upon being confronted, is frightening the Twi and Rarity we had at home. So our Twilight player's got his whole board feared at the moment. Everything's shoved home. That Troublemaker will flip on this coming turn. He did not gain any AT.
That's a
off
decent
of these
flip.
Interactions.
That's a decent flip. He can name another. He could name another color if he needs to.
Name white.
This is probably the point where our purple-white player wants to start locking down. Also, Mark,
we got
6 points, I believe, because that one problem was 2 score.
That is true. So yeah, we gained 1 for confront, and 2 for a win. So it'll bring Pirate Dash up to 6.
Yep.
Our Twi player will be gaining 4 AT, possibly 5 if we exhaust that Twilight main. Could have been 6, but that that
he's
Paper
not
Twi
exhausted
is that Paper Twi is frightened at the moment. Changeling Mimics comes out. I imagine he will call events
Frighten. Events would be a decent choice. Resources might be another one, just to make sure that his opponent cannot DFO.
Fair. That mimics allowing its owner to, at the beginning of their opponent's turn, name either Troublemakers, events, or resources, and having that type of card cost an additional 3 action tokens to
on
play.
the draw.
We're seeing paying to draw some heart of the cards,
Again,
and I'm not sure what he's looking for at the moment.
I'm curious on what he named with Trading Traditions, because I don't know if I would have named white or orange.
That's, yeah.
Because he has the white. He has the white
we'll
at home.
see here in just a second. We've got a Factory Jack in hand, so it looks like he might have called orange. And we do have the white at home. It's frightened at the moment, but if he rallies that Twi in rarity, he will have 2 white rec, which is enough to enter F-Stop, which is probably the most important white card in the deck.
Unfairing Paper Twi. Okay.
To gain that AT back.
Have the Meticulous. Kevin. Okay, so he didn't name orange. He's probably just wanting to play the Factory Jack.
Alright, we're exhausting.
So he's trying to gain. He's just trying to gain as many resources as possible. He's probably going to be like, okay, I'm probably safe from a DFO. I'm going to just create a better board state, and then eventually I'll be able to I'll lock down next turn maybe.
We've got, I think, too many Pinkie Pies is the name of that problem on the bottom there. 2 pink and 1 non-pink, kind of an older card to confront. It does have a 2 bonus, however, so it is only 3 power for 2 bonus. So if there is a double here, there is a 2 on the board there for Pirate Dash to score that extra point on his bonus. Our Twi player does have orange on the board on a couple cards now, on Kevin and that Factory Jack. He's got white at home, although again frightened, and 2-3 with his main AT generator, so he does have potential to start setting up. Pirate Dash at the moment in a really good position. We're seeing Spitfire, which he will discard. What did he discard there? Is that Hoofball?
Factory Jack, move up Luna.
So he discards to frighten his opponent's Factory Jack.
I can't see that very bottom event that Carl has.
And that hasty card will allow him to move up that Luna, so he will be able to confront for 3 AT as well as frightening an opponent's friend.
Yeah, gain that AT, get the Factory Jack. Yeah, I think he's going to play the I'm going to lock down really hard when I lock down. And
so instead of trying to kind of passively set it up throughout the game, he's going to just be like, here's my AT. Okay, now this turn, since you didn't shut me down hard enough, I've got 14 AT. Here's a million problems for you to deal with. Just all at the same time.
Yeah, and also, strangely enough, Cruel Mistress actually likes these big problems, because if your opponent ends up single confronting and you get a Spoiled Rich, you could just be like, okay, I'll play Spoiled Rich, we'll have a DFO, and I'll probably win, and then I score more points than you. And you can go ahead and confront this problem again sometime.
True. We got a few more viewers here. So I just want to reintroduce ourselves. I'm Furry Flurry. I've got Critical Thought here with me. You're currently watching the 2017 North American Continental Championships, hosted by Pack Breakers, brought to you by Commentaries Magic. So glad to have you guys in the chat here with us today. We're currently seeing what looks to be a Cruel Mistress build, purple, white, orange, lots of AT, lots of control, versus Pirate Dash's Hot Wings build.
So we have a ton of AT generation.
A lot of
now.
AT generation.
This is probably the point where this is a really, really nice board state. Even if his opponent ends up DFOing or something, yeah, he'll probably be able to lock down pretty hard with a few small tools.
We'd be gaining, if Pirate Dash does manage to pull a double out this turn, which, if there's a T-Rex Rain in hand, is very possible. He would score 4 points. That would put Pirate Dash at 11. So our Carl, as we're calling him, based on the name on his mat there, would gain... It looks like he's got 2 action tokens sitting there. He would gain 5 naturally, and then he's got 5 AT generators on the board. So that would possibly leave him at 12
Oh, there's that.
tokens.
There it is. There's Spoiled Rich, a card that I've stated time and time again is definitely underrated.
Extremely powerful card. If it is 5 cost, it is 5 power.
So
if
now,
that card comes out, it will pull every Troublemaker and all his opposing friends to the same problem.
He doesn't need to draw right now. And
yeah, I
so
think he's
I think it's got.
panicked.
Oh, wait.
Searching for that
he wants to also
Taskmaster.
be able to. I think he also wants to be able to discard, because he wants to be able to discard that Jet Set, so then he can play a rarity and then play it, and then if he gets if he can get Cruel Taskmistress, then he can do the power play.
True.
In which case, his opponent will be in a very bad board. He'll have a very bad board state.
So
He'll
it
be
looks
able
like
to.
Carl's just digging for a couple specific cards here.
Yep.
The play in question that we're talking
and he
about.
has a redeeming qualities.
That's very strong
That's
too.
also
he
very
could
nice.
he could just throw the. He doesn't have the wreck for the spoiled rich at the moment.
Actually, he does.
Does
I believe he named white for.
white on the trading traditions? Yeah, because he had to enter orange. with Kevin.
Discarding
You are
F
correct.
stop.
You are
Okay,
correct. Interesting.
that's okay. That's an okay choice.
Yeah.
So,
So the play again that we're looking at, if that spoiled rich comes out, that's in our Twi player's hand, it will pull every opposing friend to the same problem, and if he is able to find a copy of Gyro or Cruel Taskmistress, every friend at that problem for 3 cost, every opposing friend at the problem, will, with power equal to or less than that main, than the Luna, will be banished. So in one fell swoop, he will be able to play that spoiled rich and that Cruel Taskmistress to wipe his every friend on Pirate Dash's board if that were to happen. We're seeing a Gabby come out that'll allow him to fill back up his
he wants
hand.
to DFO right now.
Yeah, he really wants to make that happen. So he's
So
going to try to
we will see an AT gain from Carl.
player. So yeah,
Oh wait, we see a turn pass.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, really
So
interesting.
Pirate Dash is just going to go for that confront.
Oh,
scoring
he
that point
didn't. He
there.
didn't discard the jet set. I think he probably should have done that.
Allow him to
Yeah.
enter that back with that Twi and Rarity out of the grave.
and be able to actually get a firm lockdown.
We're using all our Meticulouses to toss a bunch of cards. I saw we got rid of Misfire, something he doesn't really need right now. The Pirate Dash, a little ways ahead right now. His board states seem about equal. Twi looks like he might be able to pull out a pretty strong move here shortly.
I think he either forgot or chose not to
Exhaust that Twi.
Exhaust a Twi. Interesting choice.
Okay. Pirate Dash set up against that Changeling Mimics currently. We've got 5 power there to the Mimics 6 power. Purple definitely having stronger flips on average than Hot Wings. However, it is Hot Wings. There's probably some hasty. We could see another Spitfire come out. We could see Rutherford come out. We could see more of those cadences that he's got sitting at home come out. There are just a lot of options to be able to bash his way through this Thunder Lane as well. Thunder Lane could come out at hasty speed and just bash its way through that
I
Mimics.
believe he got another Changeling Mimics, and that is really good.
That would
Having both of those is devastating. That is like a really, really hard state. As long as you can defend at that point, you're in a really good position.
If our Twi player is able to name both friends and events and resources to cost 3 AT extra each, that will severely limit Pirate Dash's options. But again, there's probably some kind of hasty trick in hand. Very likely a Thunder Lane to try to bash through that Mimics at Carl's problem, which would give it diligent counters, score the point off the Mimics, remove the threat of having his cards be taxed, allow him to confront, get rid of that trading traditions, and possibly allow for a double. So there is a lot of pressure if that Mimics goes down, then there could be a real strong play from Hot Wings over here.
Yeah, definitely. So we did see the hard play for a Troublemaker. We see a lot of AT. Again, I noted when I in the primer that this deck is really, really hard to play. There's just so many different things you have to keep in mind. Drawing up isn't always a bad thing because you can also discard, which is things that you actually want.
Having cards in your grave is not too much of a detriment.
Luna's
F-stop can
Dream.
always get
You might just do a raw power up.
I could see that happening. Just
Yeah,
adding. Yep,
just
we're
a raw
seeing
power up.
3 power counters added to that Mimics, which will make it a little harder to defeat, even if there is a Thunder Lane in Pirate Dash's hand.
I still think if there is a Thunder Lane, then that is a dead Changeling
That's
Mimics.
probably a dead.
I mean,
Mimics, I think.
Cruel Mistress does have very high, powerful flips.
So this
It can go toe to toe with Farm. It has
Fair
happened
enough.
when I fought Nation.
Okay, so there's probably a lot riding on this Mimics staying alive or going down for both players. If Carl's able to keep it alive, he could be in a very strong position within the following turn to 2, and start catching up with Changeling Thrones, with
he has a photo finish in hand, which is
and a
really
photo finish.
nice.
That's another one, absolutely. If that Mimics goes down, though, Pirate Dash again in a phenomenal position. 2 bonus on that bottom problem.
Underboss wrap. Okay.
We're
That
probably
reduces
going
the
to be
cost of a
reducing
friend.
some costs, I imagine.
So that means he's skipped his troublemaker phase.
We're
He
seeing
is
a
playing
Night Glider
a
come
Night
out.
Glider. He is going to. He has to pay a lot if pending. Carl has remembered to call a resource with Changeling Mimics. He is going. Pirate Dash is going to have a difficult time in scoring with that. Night Glider.
If resources are named, then dilemmas as well as 2 bits if he's running them are a lot harder to pull out. It'll be a
Straight
lot harder
confront,
to pull out a
so he's at 9.
double face off. We're
Belly
seeing
flop.
belly flop.
Okay.
Looks like we're gonna retire the Rutherford at home.
Get rid of the paper twide.
Get rid
That's
of one
not a
of the
bad
paper
call at
twies.
all.
Yep. It'll deny him a Meticulous, deny him an AT, and if there is a challenge on that Mimics, the Prepared will not go off as well, denying Carl another action token.
All right. So this, I believe, is another Changeling Mimics. I don't think it's a Jet Set. What's nice about Jet Set is it probably would have bought Carl another turn.
That is true. Jet Set and Upper Crust being unable to be challenged. Very easy to kill, but being unable
Cutie
to be
Pox Scare,
challenged
a
if there
very nice
aren't
draw.
at least 3 friends challenging it. The main not counting, of course. We saw Cutie Pox Scare, you said, was
Yep.
the draw?
Cutie Pox here is the draw. Changeling Mimics. Now he can name resources
And events.
events. This is looking really rough for Pirate Dash. Now I think it's a matter of how fast can Pirate Dash break the wall, and how much, how fast can Carl score up.
One thing that I think was a questionable call earlier in the game is upon seeing that second Spitfire come out earlier, the card that he tossed to be able to fear an opposing friend was, I believe, a Buckball Championship, or Hoofball, Buckball, the 2-cost Dilemma for
Yes.
blue. And dilemmas are something that you are absolutely vital in a control matchup. So by tossing one of those, he's kind of reducing his chances that he'll be able to get them. Because it looks like his play at the moment, if events and resources are both being taxed so heavily, is to pretty much just hold AT, try to either bash through one of these troublemakers or hope for 2 dilemmas and just take that hit, pay the extra cost on those to double against those.
Normally, that's the actual thing that these aggro decks end up doing in this state. Is they're like, okay, now I have to
Just hold AT
Hold.
and brute strength my way through the situation.
hopefully because because of some of the tools. So already, I think what Carl is thinking, and he needs to play fast. Playing fast is important. You need to know exactly
we're
what
still
you're
looking
going
at
to
a
do every
time
turn
limit.
because of time limit.
We're seeing F stop
Got
come
F
out.
stop, nice.
There
he
is a
has
Cutie Pox Scare in hand as well, so even if Pirate Dash were to take those hits and drop...
He's gonna power up. Is he gonna go for that Gambit?
Interesting.
I would have probably rather have just played Photo Finish and just Cutie Poxed away.
Cutie Pox
the
Scare,
Changeling Mimics.
yeah, would have shoved all of those friends home at the Mimics.
Yeah, it pushes away everything at a problem, which is super nice.
He didn't have anything there of his own to shove home. He could have shoved home all those opposing
Alicorn
friends.
Amulet. Okay, so he's just like, I'm just going to bulk up at this point. I'm going to make it so where you can't kill these things. And you're going to have to play Dilemmas.
So we've got +3 power on that Mimics because of the Luna's Future. +3 power on there because of the Alicorn Amulet. So that lower Mimics is currently sitting at 12 power. The top one's sitting at 9.
Have
Both
to
pretty
see
hard to
what
kill.
Pirate Dash can do. I don't know if I would have made this play. I'm more of the sure thing kind of player, and I would have probably just played the Cutie Pox Scare right there, pushed everything away, and just been like, okay, now what are you gonna do?
I think he was afraid of Thunderlane in hand, which he could have just dropped at that Mimics, and then 5 to 6 is probably still in Mistress's favor. However, there is that chance.
There's like a fit. Because one of the things that I think some players may overlook is that if you just have really high flips and some really low flips, if it's kind of binary, then it's just 50-50. That gradient is not as
a thing.
relevant.
Yeah, people think seem to think of, I've got a bunch of 6s and a bunch of 0s, so my average flip is 3. And Mathematically, yes, but no. In a game like this, no. Your average flip is 6 or 0.
Yeah.
There's not really that middle ground like you were saying.
Now what we have is also, I think at this point, if he can make it to where Pirate Dash passes his troublemaker phase, if he's just like, I can't kill this, then he should probably start. He may want to consider just naming resources for both.
For both of them?
Yes.
That's very true, actually. Events will help Pirate Dash get more friends on the board, but not do a whole heck of a lot otherwise. He'll be able to reduce some costs of friends.
He can maybe kill a thing.
Maybe frighten a thing, which is kind of annoying.
Okay,
but...
so he has passed his troublemaker phase, so it might have been the right call for Carl to just beef up that Changeling Mimics. Because now it's just, okay, now I'm just going to sit behind this problem.
Okay, we see that third Spitfire coming out. We're discarding...
There is a lot of... see, I
Lily.
I didn't quite play against this build, but it has a whole lot more slow, I'm going to slow you down too kind of stuff.
Fear, destruction.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like Pirate Dash is trying to set up against the weaker of the two mimics.
He's spreading out. I would almost, I mean, yeah, he's probably just being like, I'm going to go for the weaker thing. But Cruel Mistress is so good at gathering so much AT that at this point it's just a matter of how fast you can score. And
I was actually about to mention that. I believe Pirate Dash just asked what the time looked like, and I was about to say he is ahead. I think honestly it's you always feel like it's a little bit of a scummy tactic, but at a tournament like this there is a time limit. You can win off time. I think he played that turn pretty quickly for how for what this state is like. He probably could have thought that turn through a little more, eaten up a little more of that clock, and try to go for that time win with as
now's
far
the
ahead
time.
as he is.
This is actually the worst thing for Cruel Taskmistress is it can have the hardest of lockdowns, but it needs the time to recover.
Yep. That photo finish needs to come out. Blackmail is not currently the problem, so he's not gaining that free extra AT. He needs to be confronting every turn. He needs to have that photo finish out. He needs to get a Changeling thrown if he can. Anything he can to score as many points as quickly as possible.
Yep. He might have actually forgotten to name a color for Trading Traditions.
That is possible.
And that's always important to do. And I almost always go with white, just because it's the more likely. Especially if my white has been feared off. Alright, we're seeing a draw. I would probably just try and play the photo finish at this point. I wouldn't
really
try
needs to come out, I think.
I wouldn't try and dig. Oh, there.
Oh,
that's,
a Changeling
that's great.
throne.
That's actually
really helpful for him.
Yeah.
We've got the throne in hand. We've got the photo finish in hand.
I would probably try and dump all those.
And that throne actually has another side effect, and that is making Thunderlane harder to drop for Pirate Dash in the middle of a face-off if he wants to hasty it in to try to swoop in and kill that top mimics.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, Carl probably needs to start playing
here.
He needs to speed up his play and he needs to commit. Unfortunately, at a certain point, you need to be like,
just kind of.
I'm going to play the reckless.
Yep.
I can't think 1,000 minutes in advance. You know, I have to play photo finish.
There's that photo finish coming out. So it looks like we're starting to confront that Trading Traditions.
Yep.
Actually, he has been. He's been doing that for at least a turn or two, so we might be behind on our points. Are you able to?
I don't believe
actually,
so. Yeah, it's looking like.
Oh yeah, it looks like he's been getting feared.
Yeah, he's been feared over and over.
So he's still sitting at 2. We're gonna get a confront. We're probably gonna get a photo finish score on this coming turn. So we're looking at 3 for Carl now.
Pending the Yeah.
Pirate Dash again, still in a very good position with where I imagine the clock is at.
With time, yeah. Time is the thing. At this point, if we had infinite time, I would say everyone should roll Cruel Mistress. But unfortunately, we don't. And so I'm like, this is a little iffy, guys. It's really great if you're playing competitive casual. You know.
Dash challenging that top mimics, flipping only a 2.
Flip the gyro, but let's see here.
looking
1,
at
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
10,
7, 8. Oh,
seeing Hasty come out.
it's looking rough.
Looks
do
like
you have
this
a tool?
Might be a win for Pirate Dash on that Mimics.
Yeah.
Which would be a big break to this setup for
it's looking
our Mistress player.
It's looking like This is looking awful now.
Yeah, no, it
now
looks
he
rough.
can actually move that Night Glider and potentially score a whole lot of points.
You can win this face-off with the Night Glider, score extra points.
He does have a he
deny
has
the
cutie
photo
puck
finish
skill,
point. That is true.
so he can still score the point and deny him.
That is true. I forgot about that. You're right. So cutie puck scare right after the start of the score phase. You'll be able to shove everything home there. So there will not be a confront, even if something is hastied onto the board and Pirate Dash confronts. There will not be a face-off because his own friends will be moved home as well. If he is able to deny Pirate Dash that score, he will still
Pirate
score
Dash
off the
is like,
photo
I'm
finish.
going for it, you know.
Yeah, he really
super
has
going
to.
for it.
However, by
Cutie puck scare.
Yep, by dumping
like,
all of that, he just shoved a lot of stuff home.
Yep,
That's a
and
lot
he
of
just
stuff that's going
burned
to
a
get
lot
retired.
of resources as well.
So that was a heck of a play with that cutie puck scare there.
Oh, is it game? Is it time?
Are we looking at time already?
What's going on? No. Okay. So again, needs to. It's. I still think Pirate Dash is in the winning right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's okay. We're retiring. Carl looking like he might forget about that photo finish trigger. Nope, there it is.
There it is. Okay, cool.
Alrighty, so we're looking at 4 points for Carl there.
All right, now he needs to recover.
Still pretty vulnerable. A lot of stuff at home. Some of it which he doesn't need anymore, though. A lot of stuff is frightened. That Kevin is orange. He doesn't really need that anymore. So some of that stuff he can retire safely. But yeah, he really needs to set up another troublemaker up there to try to slow Dash down.
Actually, what's really funny is he could actually DFO and get to eight. Like there's a potential
risky,
option
yeah.
there's a potential option to actually just burst with this deck a little bit. You could be like, okay, fine, spoiled rich, move all your stuff here, confront portal, spoiled rich, move everything over there now. Double face off.
That's funny.
So
okay.
there's options. There's options. Also, he has some rarity, so he can recover.
Okay, so yeah, there is a rarity in Twilight in hand, which
Again.
will allow him to pull a trouble. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Troublemaker out of the grave.
Get
Probably
the mimics,
that mimics.
and now
All
he has
resources again.
Yep, and now he's in a really nice board state. He can also recover his F-stop, Changeling Throne. Excellent choice.
That'll allow him to score even faster on the coming turn. That'll tax a Thunder Lane if Pirate Dash did want to drop one. So Pirate Dash did not score that last turn. Carl's catching up. It's looking like it's gonna be a time game. Pirate Dash is
this is like you. It's just like Carl. It's like, all right, gotta play fast. Gotta figure out what I want to do and then just do it.
I do think Dash has been kind of making the mistake of playing very quickly on his turns. He's looking for time. That is very true.
Yeah.
At a tournament like this, you don't always expect that, though. I know I've stalled games to time before. If
So
sometimes
now
if that's what's going to
Carl is
stall
potentially
a game, yeah.
scoring 3 points per turn.
One with the confront, one with the photo finish, one with the changeling throne.
So he can win if he blocks for 3 turns.
Yep. Heck, 2 turns would do it.
Yeah, 2 turns actually.
That would put him at 10.
1,
if
2,
he's
3, potentially 4 next turn. 1, 2, 3.
Pirate Dash having his dilemmas
He gets
taxed
Cutie Puck
heavily.
scare back, but that's not relevant right now.
He doesn't have the AT to cast at the moment.
Yeah, but he has plenty of AT still. He still has plenty of AT gen. He's just gonna. He's probably gonna interfere the factory. I would actually
probably just
depending
hold
on-
the AT for
I would
the
either
Cutie
hold-
Puck scare.
I would either hold, maybe not hold the AT. I might just move a thing up to confront.
That probably would be
I would just
worthwhile.
be like, I need to score as many points as possible right
That is
now.
very true.
No. What is it? Oh, sorry. My apologies. No, it's fine.
My heart's gonna race. 'cause I'm
It
like,
looks. I do believe that our Masters player just called resources for both mimics.
Yeah,
So
I think that's the right
dilemmas
play.
will cost an additional
Unfortunately,
6 action tokens.
And trash is the go-to to get rid of Changeling Throne. So that might be worth it. It might be like, you might be able to kill my photo finish. I'm going to keep my Changeling Throne now.
Yeah, it'll cost 7 to get rid of my throne. It'll cost 7 or 8 to play a dilemma. That's
Yeah.
more than you earn in a turn.
Oh, he's digging.
He's digging
This is
for
looking
something.
rough. So now it's just a matter of how honest are you going to play?
Yeah, I think if he wants to win this, he's gotta slow down this game, hope for time, and I think ignoring that, the actual play, the actual moves to make are probably just dropping as much as
He's
possible.
going to sack the photo finish.
That's
and
was
that's
a
the right
strong
play.
move.
redeeming like one of the things is that's really nice though is redeeming qualities lets you get it back, lets
That
you
is
keep
true.
that pressure.
So that
Building
that
up
photo
power,
finish off the board, denying the point.
unfortunately, building up power at a troublemaker doesn't really matter right now. Hopefully, Carl will be able to remember that he needs to pay that cost before like everything else. Another thing that's the windows and the timing for Cruel Taskmistress, or Cruel Mistress, pardon, is sometimes very tricky. Sometimes you're just like, oh, I just forgot to pay for changeling throw.
Yep, there it is.
There it goes.
Yep, he
Yeah, score
that
the
down point,
points.
score.
You can recover. Cutie Pox
catching up.
Scare. He doesn't. He's like, I don't care if you try and build up to one of them. You know?
I do think the
Gyro,
play for
perfect.
Dash at the moment is to really just stack as much power as he can on that Mimics. And I think what that'll do is it'll force Carl to waste AT on cards that will protect the Mimics as opposed to things that will allow him to score points.
Unfortunately, one of the things about that is he gains more AT than his opponent.
Very true.
So it like, oh, you're making me pay for AT. How much are you spending to make me do that?
Yeah.
Usually,
if he can just put enough pressure to make his opponent get the Cutie Pox Scare back, that might say
there's that redeeming.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might
excellent
cost him the AT that wouldn't allow him to play that redeeming or something, or be a little safer elsewhere, or do something that'll score
And now
a
he's
point.
just like, I'm gonna play Cutie Pox Scare, push everything away, and call it good.
If he has the AT, I do think he should probably be dropping an extra friends up at that Trading Traditions up
Just
top,
to make sure that
just
there
in
isn't
case
a
something
block.
gets frightened. So
He's
he's still
able
getting
to
that
score.
point on the confront. So we're getting that confront on Carl.
He didn't play Cutie Pox Scare. I guess he's confident in the block. That might be an okay play.
Mm-hmm.
I would
possible.
again. I'm a very cautious player, and I just go like, I don't want you to have the opportunity.
Fair
And that's what's really nice about Purple White is it's like you don't get the opportunity. Your opportunities are not here. You don't get the challenge.
Oh, we're seeing Pirate Dash pay to draw, so the window to challenge that Mimics is gone now, and I think
He's
that
getting
was,
rid of the photo finish again.
We're seeing the same play. Alrighty, so Carl.
He's like, okay, I guess we're paying the. I pay 4 to bring this back. You pay 1 to get rid of it.
I do think that was a bit of a mischance. A second ago with that Night Glider there, it would have been 11 to 12 against that Mimics, and that was probably his best chance to have killed it.
Yeah, and the pushback really.
Angel
Who
Wings.
cares if you push back, right? Because
Last to pull out a even ground that could hurt.
Okay, well that means that Carl has to play even more meticulously.
Any AT he has left over will
be gone.
just disappear. So he's got to do everything on his turn, or make sure he spends that remaining AT on his opponent's turn before it comes back to his
Very
turn.
strong choice on Pirate Dash. I actually don't remember seeing on even ground in the at least a primer.
Okay, we got to see if Carl
Pays the
will
2.
pay the 2 for that throne. He gains his
Absolutely
AT.
would. If he does, then he can get up to. Yeah. Okay. He's doing it. Cool.
Alrighty, we're scoring that 1 point off of that Changeling Throne by paying 2 action tokens. So we're looking at 7 to 9 currently.
So he's
Still-
crawling.
Pirate Dash still in the lead.
He can play Gyro and play Cruel Taskmistress right there.
That is. Oh wow, that is very true.
It'd be so mean. I hope he's mean because I like mean.
Again, Cruel Taskmistress. If you choose a problem,
Wait, yeah, he has a white.
every friend there with power equal to or less than the power of a main character there is banished. The Luna is with a lot of its friends currently, so if that Taskmistress came out, that even ground, that Spitfire, both those berries, the Angel Wings and the Night Glider would all just poof. There would be the threat on that Mimics would be completely gone, and that would very likely be game.
Yep. So it's a matter of making that judgment call of what. I think what he wants to do though is he wants to just get the photo finish. He's going to push all those cards away with
Cutie Pox.
with
Yeah,
Cutie
I
Pox
think
Scare.
that's
and
totally
that's
fine
going
as
to be
well.
it. And that's also a good play. Oh, did he
We're
pay 1
looking
to
for
draw?
Okay, we paid 1 for. He might as well because again that even ground is on the board, so he's paying 1. He's leaving himself, I think.
Ooh, okay,
3
so
AT
he's
there.
attempting to confront, and that's game. That's time. Unfortunate. well,
That's too bad for him.
time is the ultimate enemy of
Of
the
control.
Cruel Mistress.
Of course. Pirate Dash winning that. Even though he played his turns very quickly, he got ahead early enough. He had some really crazy doubles. Was able to put pressure and score off of those mimics to get ahead early, stay ahead early, and keep enough pressure up that Carl was not able to continue to score. Those two berry punches coming out, denying Carl the 2 points that would have tied the game.
In which case, I think.
He could have ended turns, scored right there, and that would have put him at 10. There it is.
Yeah.
There's the Pirate Dash. So those digging for those berry punches, searching for those to kill off that photo finish, a really, really good play on his part. That was really smart. I completely did not think of that as an option until he did it the first time, and then he did it twice to deny those points twice. So that was really good. So we're looking at Pirate Dash moving on. It is Swiss. I say moving on as if it's a bracket and somebody's getting knocked off, but denying that Carl that win, we looked at 9-7. So
again, this deck you need to